is I thought that EPA goofed the whole study. The question is not only whether bad practices lead to contamination, the question is whether this industry specifically has systemic risk. That even when they do it right, it can cause you problems. There's two kinds of systemic risk. Even if they had a good well, they may frack and connect those fracture patterns to the surface. Now, until 6 weeks ago, this was basically a theory on many of our experts' parts. We would say this could happen. The New York study for the city of New York by Hayes and Sawyer said this could happen. But 6 weeks ago, we found out from the Duke University study, it has happened. 85% of the wells, out of a study from the Duke University, 85% of the wells tested in Pennsylvania had thermogenic methane gas in them. We use thermogenic to mean that it's cooked, heated gas. Not the kind of stuff you get out of the swamp, but cooked fossil gas. The biggest problem I see for public health is the air pathway from the pits and from the condensate tanks, because all these volatiles have come back. Now that the industry wants to get rid of its produced water, well, at least in the West, they have a big advantage of evaporating. I think Rick can show you some problems where they try to aerate it and get rid of the produced water that way. But that releases these toxic organic components right into the atmosphere. If you're living nearby, you're breathing them. Plus, those same chemicals can condense and rain back on the ecosystem. Well, as I said, the 2004 EPA study was fraudulent. It had a ridiculous conclusion. It said that the injection of toxic material is toxic at the point of injection, but it caused no risk. And unlike any study I've ever seen in my lifetime, it said there was no need for further study. I can't imagine a scientist doing that. I also found out that 5 of the 7 experts EPA had on its panel were employed by the industry or had been employed by the industry. They had financial conflicts. Well, that led to the exemption. Now, the Obama administration has started a study. I'm pleased to say. I've been working with my colleagues after retiring on this study. The study results, preliminary results, won't be in until the next year. The final results won't be available until 2014. They do look at a life cycle. They look from manufacture to the frac to disposal of it. They'll look at the total impacts of all this water demand. This is going to take a lot of water out of the community. But EPA dropped the ball and said it's not going to study this air pathway I just mentioned. Congress said only asked EPA to look at the effects of groundwater, look at the effects of fracking on groundwater. Just last month, the Department of Energy, under Secretary Chu, appointed a 7-member commission to have results in 3 months. But once again, it looks like Yogi Bear said, it looks like deja vu all over again. They have financial conflicts within this group. One of them, John Deutsch, is the former CIA director. He's now on the board and chairman of Cheniere Energy, and his company specifically is looking to export liquefied natural gas.